Hello, everyone. It is Anthony and Joe from David Adams, and we got another new product release. We're going to be showing off some of the new cards. This time it's Magic the Gathering Murders at Karlov Manor. It takes place on Ravnica.
Yeah, the number of people who thought this was Murders at Markov Manor,
I know.
It takes place on Innistrad, the scene where you would expect most murders to happen.
Yes.
But
Okay, I mean, Ravnica is not new to murders. There's been plenty.
yeah, Ravnica minored in murders,
Yeah, that's true.
majored in guilds, minored in murders.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of very cool new cards to talk about. Some reprints coming back. Some classic cards that we will we look forward to highlighting. We're going to be opening 3 of these boxes, showing off the hits. The 4th one is going to go out to one of you. Stay tuned for how to win that. But let's dive in and see if we can figure out who done it.
Yeah, let's star wipe away and start cracking his packs.
All right, well, we opened a lot of very cool stuff. We're going to lead off. This is the first set where they're introducing play boosters.
It's like draft boosters and set boosters had a baby.
Pretty much. So you will get list cards, like, this Ghost Quarter.
Did you know a playset of a ghost quarter is called a ghost dollar?
Did not until now. So the list cards have been a staple in set boosters, but since they are combining set and draft into play boosters, the list cards stayed around. You also get the art cards in these packs as well. But the list cards, I believe, are draft legal.
Yeah.
So that's kind of one change. So you'll be able to draft the list cards. There's some pretty cool stuff on the list. There's also a bunch of chaff on the list. It's all up and down.
Pretty high variance.
They also have what they're calling the special guest cards. They introduced these in the last set. We happened to get 3 drawn in the locks, which is pretty crazy.
It's a lot of drowning.
It is, and a lot of locks actually.
Or you can
one
all
lock.
drown in the same lock.
That's true.
How locks work.
True.
Lock is Scottish for lake. For anyone who doesn't know.
So we got 3 drawn in the locks and a victimize off the special guests. These are just another way of reprinting cards, different art treatments. These started with Lost Caverns of Ixalan. These are also going to be draft legal.
But not standard legal.
Not standard legal.
Yeah.
Correct. So
you can't ghost quarter somebody and then drown in the lock, their spell or whatever.
correct. Yeah, not standard legal. So list cards, which you can tell the list cards, maybe some of you don't know, there's a tiny planeswalker symbol in the bottom left-hand corner.
You know where a much better place to have put that would have been? Is right there.
Yeah, sure.
Right there would
Yeah.
have been a great place to put that.
Yep. So it's a list card. Well, number one, when the card doesn't look anything like the rest of the set. But there will be a planeswalker symbol in the corner. That's how you'll differentiate a list card. Next, we want to talk about some funny goofs. There's Agency Outfitter, which when he enters the battlefield, you can search your library for Thinking Cap and Magnifying Glass. The whole set has a detective motif. So
Did you know that 80% of Ravnica is detectives? I didn't.
I did not.
So
Yeah.
What do they even have left to detect?
I don't know.
All on the case.
So there's a lot of fun stuff like this, a lot of detective references. We'll get to some of the card names in a little bit that we had set aside for other reasons, but there's some good ones. Red Herring is a great one.
One fish, 2 fish, red fish, clue fish.
It is a red herring. It is a clue fish. It has the clue text.
Never mind that, a red herring isn't a functional clue.
Yeah.
Somehow,
Yeah.
it works as a completely normal clue.
It's fine. We'll allow it. We also have wrench. There's a whole series of tools. There's pipe. There's wrench. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff like that. That's pretty funny.
There may have been an imaginary wrench that flew out of my hands.
Maybe.
Anthony is unharmed from this wrench I might have just thrown.
Important to know. The tools all are clues also, which is a very fun, I think, homage, I guess it would be called.
Yeah, it's the classic version of Clue is after you.
Yeah.
Who dies in Clue? I can only think of the characters like Colonel Mustard.
I don't know who
after
dies,
Colonel Mustard finishes beating
whoever
Private Ketchup to death with a wrench, he can then break the wrench apart
and draw a
card.
Yeah,
that's how it works. Destroys the evidence.
So getting into we'll do this first. There's also a new subtype of enchantment called Case. They look like sagas. They are not. There's a first line of text here that's a static effect, or can be like an enter the battlefield kind of a thing. Then there's a condition you have to solve. So if you've cast 4 or more instants and sorceries this turn, you get to do the solved thing, which is again sometimes a static or an activated. This one's a static, so it's whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, draw a card.
Yeah. Of note, you only solve in your end step.
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
Yes.
When in your turn you do it, and also if you do it on somebody else's turn or after the end step, you didn't do it, and so you're gonna have to solve the case again later.
Yep. So there's that. There's a bunch of these at all rarities, but we wanted to just showcase one. The end step thing is actually even in the reminder text right there, so you won't actually forget. There is a new cycle of 2-color lands that have land types. We're going to display some of them in actually all of them in various styles here.
They're all fetchable. They
5
always
regulars,
enter tap,
correct.
and they surveil 1 when they come in. So
yeah, they will probably see play in many formats, in who knows what quantities, but I definitely grabbed 2 of the same one there at some point. That's okay. But yeah, different, they have borderless style, they look very nice, and the regular style as well. So expect to see these definitely in standard, probably in other formats as well. Reprints, we have Assassin's Trophy, and oh my god, it's Lightning Helix.
Yeah.
Oh my god. As reprints, we also have a functional reprint of Thraben Inspector called Novice Inspector. It is literally the same card with a different, Thraben Inspector is a human soldier, Novice Inspector is a human detective. So
there's a blue-white soldiers deck, so
there
maybe
is,
they actually do care.
Yeah, it actually probably is relevant, and I know it's not technically a reprint, but I'm counting it as a reprint. Brief thing we want to clear up on this card. Magic Judge Joe Steet over here. I've seen a lot of hype for this online about people casting Crashing Footfalls with this card.
Yeah.
Joe,
So,
can you do that?
Kylox's Volt Strider says that you get to cast an instant or sorcery from among the cards exiled with it.
It does not say without paying its mana cost or giving you any sort of alternate cost. So you can exile a Crashing Footfalls with it, then you can't cast it. So it doesn't work. It's a terrible idea. You can do it if you want. You will be very sad.
Won't do anything. Yeah.
Or somebody else doesn't know how it works, and then you're cheating.
Yep. 100% right.
Yeah.
So just wanted to clear that up. We got a couple cards also in the spotlight. I'm gonna put some on our screen here.
Did you know Leyline of the Guild pack lets you Leyline Binding turn 1?
It does. It also lets you Scion of Draco with all abilities on turn 2, which is crazy. Reenact the Crime. A lot of people are excited for that one.
Yeah.
Like a kind of a combo piece. Archdruid's Charm. Kind of a crazy that they put that in a standard set, in my opinion.
It's not that
Just the fact that
powerful. It's just good.
Yeah, it is very good.
Like 1/1 counter and one-sided fight.
You're going to be using it
or,
for the tutor
like,
any land, which is crazy. That's so good.
That's pretty good.
This is just my favorite card in the set. I'm a hate piece kind of guy. This blows up a Lotus Field in Pioneer, and I'm very excited for it. It doesn't target.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, it doesn't target. It's kind of awesome.
That
And
is really good.
Mark Rosewater, he on his blog said he asked the design team, and they said it was specifically to get around Lotus Field, which is amazing. Some other playable rares and stuff. Just gonna put some cards on screen here.
Let's start from the most, or whatever card's on top, and work our way down, so that we can also read the text as we go if we need to.
Well,
Or
I'll
the
just
text will be on the video.
more just showing off the card names because I don't have a lot of time. So there's various commander cards. I think this one could be maybe a standard card, kind of like Stoneblade homage. Kind of want to focus on War Leader's Call because it's a very cool combination. They put Impact Tremors and Glorious Anthem on a card together, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah. Both of those cards see a lot of play, so the two of them merged into.
Yep.
It's like Glorious Anthem and Impact Tremors had a baby.
Yes.
And
like,
that's that.
correct. Speaking of this, if you like this and want to take one home, we are going to give this away. Tell us your favorite card that we pulled in this video. That's all you got to do. Just leave it in the comments and we'll send it off to one of you. A couple other playable cards here. Assemble the Players. Possibly like a standard card as well. Doorkeeper Thrall. Really good that has flash because you can almost work as a stifle with it, which is pretty cool. There's the other print of it as well. And I'm gonna put
the irony of being able to stifle your opponent's Tishana's Tidebinder now.
Yes, you can. I'm gonna put a ton of. Actually, I'll save that one because we'll talk about that. I'm gonna put several commons and uncommons on the screen here that I think all have a shot to see play in Constructed, and I think actually most of these will see play in Constructed.
I think Pick Your Poison's probably my number one pick out of all this.
Pick Your Poison. That's honestly just really good.
Out cold can't be countered, which means you investigate whether or not the creatures become illegal targets. Just so you know.
No More Lies, I think, is probably maybe even the best card in the set for Pioneer. Maybe standard. It's a mana leak with upside. Blue-white control didn't really need this toy. And Insidious Roots is a card people were really excited about. It's a really cool card. I think it's got obvious homes in Modern. I know Yawgmoth players might try it, and I think the Azmoran and Martico Destinical, the card decks, will also try it out as well.
Nice humble brag being able to pronounce that.
Yeah, thank you. But that's pretty much going to do it. There's a lot of really cool cards in the set, a lot of cool stuff we opened. We gave the details. If you want to win a box of your own, you can rewind the video and get a refresher. But I'm excited to play out some of these cards, especially because a lot of them are uncommon. So cheap and available both on Arena and in paper. So that's going to do it for us. We'll be back next time with, I'm sure, another exciting opening. But this one's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
see you for Thunder Junction.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.